Hey, shout out to Arc Raiders.
I was gonna say I mentioned it briefly there. Arc Raiders is currently doing its
Little play test.
before full release server slam test, and I was very excited when they announced this because it's a game that I was pretty sure I was gonna end up picking up.
And
Mainly,
enjoying.
it's like mainly just because like buddy of mine's super excited for it. He's been really looking forward to it.
Mhm.
Really been trying to get me into extraction shooters for a long time.
Yeah, I saw the three of you playing earlier.
Yeah, but it's one where historically I don't enjoy extraction shooters as much.
Mhm.
Like I've tried Tarkov, didn't click with me. I tried Cycle, I've tried a couple other things. The only extraction game I really got into was Dark and Darker. But it's a completely different playstyle and everything.
Right.
Arc Raiders, I'm having a blast with. I'm really enjoying it. I've been playing it. n- I wouldn't say nonstop, but I've been playing it a lot more than I would normally uh, play a game like this like for this weekend since the test has been going on. And it's like a lot of it is like you can't progress very far. Everything's limited for the test, but just hopping in, learning the map that we have, running around, learning layouts, getting into gunfights and stuff, having an absolute blast with it. I think part of it is because one thing is with these extraction shooters, there's always like quest lines and stuff that you have to go through to really progress and get a lot of upgrades in that. The ones for arc raiders seem a lot more streamlined isn't the right word, but it's the word I'm going to use because it's a lot more of here's some stuff you it's like here's some niche things that are in the game we're going to teach you about that are real quick to do. And other than that, it's like here's some stuff you're probably going to be doing it anyway. Just here's a quest for it type stuff. So it's been the questing has been like you don't feel like you're falling behind, which I usually end up falling behind pretty easily on a lot of the quests and stuff in the game. So then you feel like you're super far behind in that. Also, getting resources and stuff really easy, really simple. It's a simplified kind of system, um, but yeah, also just like the maps look great so far. Just about everywhere I've gone has felt pretty rewarding
Mhm.
for most runs that I've done. And they're like the runs overall are shorter. So the way that the runs work is a map server opens up. I don't know how many people can load into it per map, but the map is open for like 30 minutes, and you can load into it at You can load into it from the beginning of the map, or you can load into it towards the end of the map,
Mhm.
and then you go around the map. There's They call them arc enemies. They're like little drones and stuff that fly around and will attack you. There's various like larger ones uh, that are like more difficult enemies and stuff like that. And then of course there's other players in there.
Right.
Uh,
PvP, PvPvE, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So the core gameplay loop is you drop in, or it's like you spawn in, you run around, you loot, and then you go to an extraction site and try to get out. So you run around, loot, fight, and leave, and then gather your materials up afterwards, craft some new stuff, go back in, run it again. And so far, it's been super enjoyable. Probably one of the more fun times I've had in an extraction game so far. So it's one where I'm glad they did the test because like I said, I was probably gonna buy it, but I'm glad I got to test the game first, because I thought I would enjoy it. I didn't think I was gonna really enjoy it like this. It's a lot more fun than I was expecting to have. Uh, but yeah, so far, like I said, a lot of fun. Man, some of the gunfights you get in this game are wild.
Mhm.
We've we've had we've had because I've mostly I've played the entire time with either a group of two or three, and maximum you can go into is with three. And we've been going in, and man, sometimes we just go in and we're planning on just grabbing a few materials and getting out, or checking out some places on the map we hadn't been to yet, and 30 seconds into the game, we're in a 4-team fight. Trying to figure out what's going on.
Right. Trying to make it.
And when you win those, man, it's one of the best feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's Arc Raiders. If you have the opportunity to play it this weekend, I think the test goes until the 22nd. I
So that's
think
like Tuesday or something.
it's 20th or 22nd. I think
It's like Tuesday, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday.
I could be wrong on that. But if you're listening to this, and I would go check and see if it's available. If you've heard about it and weren't sure if it's your thing, perfect time to jump in.
Hmm.
It's like it's not too high stakes because, like I said, everybody's on a level, pretty much a level playing field, because you're limited by the tiers that you can craft. It's all like tier one stuff that you can actually craft. There's like tier two, tier three stuff that you can find in the first map, but it's pretty rare. And then, but it's one where it's worth checking out because as someone, like I said, as someone who doesn't typically enjoy extraction shooters that much, man, this one has been easy to jump into, easy to learn, and at this point, I'm looking forward to the 31st when the game comes out
Hmm.
because then I'll be hopping in and playing it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for other maps too.
Yeah. So you'll have that, and you'll also have your Tales remaster. You'll have your single player and your multiplayer new games at the same time.
Yeah, and Tails I'm like I've like I said, I've got my pre-order physical edition coming in.
Yep.
So it's one where when it comes in, I might not hop into it immediately because that's one of those ones I can also set on the back burner and be like, that is just a good time that I know is gonna be a good time when it comes around to it.
Right.
But yeah, Arc Raiders, highly recommend giving it a check out if you can during this Server Slam test. It comes out in like a week and a half.
Hmm.
So if you know you like extraction type games, man, this is a great one to jump in on.
Nice.
Super
Nice.
simplified. It's like one of the other things is there's kind of a low stakes way to play the game too because it is an extraction shooter. So anything you bring in, if you die, you lose everything. Uh, but they also have you can load into a game with a free loadout many times as you want to. So you'll load in with a random set of gear, you like a random lower tier set of gear, so like tier one gear in that. The only thing is with your tier one gear, you don't have a safe pocket, which a safe pocket is just it's an inventory space that if you put something in there, even if you die, you keep it.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
they have, like I said, free loadouts. You can load in as many times as you want to. There's no cooldown on it, so you could load in with a free loadout over and over and over again if you wanted to. But it's one where I did a few free loadout runs until I had a few additional materials for crafting and that, and I was like, all right. And I've just been running my loadouts ever since because I have enough stuff. I get enough stuff every run to where even if I die a few times in a row, I've got more than enough materials to keep going.
Hmm.
So it's been a blast. Really looking forward to the game coming out now.
The one main positive to hear about this, because obviously I'm not an extraction shooter guy. I don't play a lot of multiplayer games in general. But like the one huge takeaway for me as someone that just follows gaming is that it sounds like Arc Raiders is going to be able to like firmly place its flag in the genre that's very heavily dominated by Escape from Tarkov.
Well, yeah,
That's kind
well
of the big
that's the
vibe
thing.
I'm
It's
getting.
like the space is kind of empty right now
Yeah,
because the only real extraction shooter that stood the test of time is Tarkov,
yeah,
and it's got its hardcore player base. But it's like people play Tarkov and they want something a little easier to play, and Arc Raiders is way easier to play.
there
It's
you
way
go.
easier to jump into. It's way easier to learn. Uh, and I was talking to a buddy of mine has been a huge Tarkov player in that, and it's like one of the things he said is it seems like the team for Arc Raiders understands the fun of the jump out play style.
Hmm.
You jump in, you run around, you loot, or you run around looking for fights. And you get in, you get out. Where Tarkov, there's a lot of additional kind of tension that you have with like all of their hyper realistic systems that you have to go through. Whereas Arc Raid, very simplified, very easy to jump in, very easy to play the game. So it's one where it should be able to plant its flag very easily in the space and be there for a while.
Mhm. Nice, nice. Love to hear that. The big thing about genres that are dominated by one is that it's always good to see something else come and like help further expand the genre. So, like, if Arc Raiders can do that for extraction shooters, and hey, shout out to all extraction shooter fans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just keep expanding the genre. Will Marathon ever do it? Probably not. But they're still gonna try apparently, even though they should probably just cancel the game at this point. I saw where it's like I think there's gonna be like a closed beta for the game for our marathon sometime soon. I'm like, I wonder how many people are gonna sign up for that.
Zero interest.
Yeah, no, they agree on that. They agree on that.